Hello, this is Daniel Hill, EFT NLP coach. Getting into the power of now, practicing the power of now. How can we get into the now? If anybody has read The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, or he even has a book called Practicing the Power of Now, they will understand what I am talking about. So it's a very spiritual practice to get into the now. And regarding the Enneagram, because I'm an Enneagram mentor, every single Enneatype is lacking in stillness to some degree, and they're wanting something. They're all wanting quite different things, but effectively they're all wanting, and what I call they're all wanting to get to be, slightly in different ways. And that prevents you from being in the now, because the ego is always looking constantly externally outside of itself. Everything good is outside, ego, E-G-O. It prevents us from experiencing the moment because it's thinking about the past or it's thinking about the future. So practices that really help you are, I'll give you an example. When I realize that I'm not really in the present moment, I will leave what I am doing and I will consciously take a small walk. And when I practiced Tai Chi and Qigong many years ago, one of the things that we did at the start of each evening was Tai Chi walking. I think, okay, you go to a group to go and do some walking, and we walked around the hall clockwise. I think it was anti-clockwise. Oh, it was anti-clockwise. And you'd start, and you would lift your foot like this, and place it down on the ground, and it's about this speed, and at the same time you're also using your hands up like this and down, so your whole body goes up and then down. Now after a while you cannot help but can be much more present. So you don't have to walk down the road at that kind of pace because it would take a long time. But when I am walking, I will imagine that I'm just leaving footprints, 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 footprints. Absolutely roots me into the now. If I'm walking, I might, if I see a lamppost or a postbox or something and I'm passing it, I will reach out, just touch it. Just brings you into the moment, just brings you into the now. Recognizing a flower or a dress on a lady or a suit on a man or a hairstyle, or you become very awake to what is occurring. I could look up there, and there's a whole load of trees up there, and they're all blowing in the wind. And I could just focus on one leaf. I'm going to focus on another. And now I'm focusing on the bark, and while I was doing that, there was a fly that just came by. And then I'm noticing the shadow on the grass. And then there's a dandelion. And there's a leaf. And there's an aerial. And there's a tractor. So it really helps just to observe. There are some birds. There's a sparrowhawk. It's a conscious practice, and it gives you much more of what it is that you would like to experience. Because if you're constantly egoically looking in the past or looking in the future, you're never going to be happy.